Welcome to today's Explainer. So, I want you to picture the deep, frozen reaches of the Arctic Ocean. It's an absolutely unforgiving, almost alien landscape. Up on land, human empires rise, expand, and eventually fall to dust. But down beneath the ice, in the crushing darkness, there is a creature that quietly exists through all of those centuries. A creature that literally pushes the absolute limits of biology as we know it. Today, we are unraveling a genuine scientific enigma. We're looking at the Greenland shark.
600. For decades, the Greenland shark was simply known to researchers as a mystery shark. It was this elusive beast of the deep sea that virtually no one had ever even seen alive. But then, in 2016, a massive scientific breakthrough revealed something absolutely incredible. These sharks can live to be over 600 years old. That means they actually hold the title for the oldest vertebrates on the entire planet.
And the sheer brutality of their habitat? It's staggering. You don't live to be 6 centuries old in a comfortable environment, right? These creatures call a zone over 250 meters below the ocean's surface their home. Way down there, the sunlight just cannot penetrate. It is absolutely pitch black, and the waters are near freezing. It's an incredibly hostile environment, and yet, somehow, it's the perfect incubator for the world's most enduring animal.
To really grasp the true scale of this, just think about the timeline for a second. A 600-year-old Greenland shark alive today was already swimming silently beneath the Arctic ice in the 1400s. We're talking before the Renaissance even really took hold in Europe. They just swam through the centuries completely undetected, right up until that 2016 breakthrough that finally revealed their lifespan. And today, they are suddenly the subject of some very urgent climate research.
Section 1. The Arctic Expedition. Actually finding them, though, requires immense effort. As researcher Peter Bushnell puts it, whenever you do field work, you can't control the fish and you can't control the weather. It is definitely a mystery shark. Bushnell, alongside Dr. John Stevenson, heads out into the absolute extremes of the world just to find these animals. Because the shark lives in total darkness so far below the surface, locating even a single one is a frustrating, exhausting game of precision.
The process is painstaking. Imagine being right out there on the water with them. First, they have to navigate their research vessel, the Porskad, through the freezing, ice-littered waters of Disco Bay. The second step requires just an incredible amount of patience. They drop long lines all the way down to the deep seabed and literally just wait, before beginning the grueling task of hauling them all the way back up. And finally, if they are incredibly lucky, they have to safely secure this massive, thrashing specimen right alongside the rocking boat.
Section 2. Biology of an ancient giant.
Over 300.
Now, despite living in an environment where food is incredibly scarce and the water is freezing, adult Greenland sharks manage to reach breathtaking sizes. A typical adult can grow to be 4 meters in length and weigh well over 300 kilos. That is one enormous predator lurking just out of sight.
But here is where the biology gets really fascinating. These massive 300-kilo giants are nearly blind. Because they live their entire lives in these pitch-black depths where eyes are, functionally useless, they don't rely on sight to survive. Instead, they navigate that deep, dark expanse primarily by an incredibly acute sense of smell. They literally sniff out their existence in the dark.
Their survival comes down to a very unique set of evolutionary adaptations. For one, they have a natural form of antifreeze pumping through their blood just to survive the icy water. They also have an incredibly slow growth rate. They mature extremely late in life, and they give birth to very few pups. But here's the catch. This slow growth is also a biological recipe for disaster. If their environment starts changing rapidly, a species that grows this slowly and reproduces this infrequently simply cannot adapt fast enough.
Section 3. Secrets of the Heart.
Back at the University of Copenhagen's Arctic Research Station in Kiktasawak, the work becomes highly specialized. Researchers Diego Bernal and Magdalena Winchester are focusing entirely on one specific organ, the heart. Think about this for a second. They are analyzing centuries-old heart muscle. They're trying to decipher exactly how a single heart can just continue to contract and relax continuously in brutal freezing conditions for over 600 years without failing.
Section 4. A changing Arctic home.
Today, there are two very different realities happening at once up in the Arctic. On one hand, scientists view the shark as a biological marvel, a creature holding the literal secrets of longevity. But on the other hand, local halibut fishermen often see the shark as a direct threat to their livelihood because these massive creatures interfere with their fishing catches. And neither side is wrong here. It's just an impartial reflection of a harsh landscape where human survival and natural wonders inevitably collide.
That recipe for disaster we were talking about earlier, well, it ties directly into a very urgent modern threat. Rising temperatures due to climate change are warming the oceans. So the research happening right now isn't just about understanding the past, it's a literal race against time to test if these ancient, cold-adapted hearts can actually survive in warming Arctic waters.
Which really leaves us with a haunting question. As the ice melts, can the world's oldest vertebrate actually survive a rapidly warming ocean? The Greenland shark has been a silent witness to human history, swimming slowly in the dark, waiting for us to solve the rest of its mystery. But the window to understand it, and perhaps to save it, might be closing. Definitely something to think about the next time you hear about the changing Arctic. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I'll see you next time.